It's your boy, Berry Info. Getting the sheet pan ready. Oh, just our luck. We have about 10 or 11 veggie pakora. They're very tasty. Just want to take that ice and check it there. Veggie pakora is super tasty. We're having a single Impossible Burger. And we'll share that, cut it in half. It's just asking me. Oh, I didn't realize we had a packet of chips up in here. It's asking me for some foil. We don't really use foil. I know my wife has some downstairs. Oh, I have some up here. Last piece. So it's just to cover this one thing and have it cook evenly. We put that there. Oh. Boy, I'm actually really sore today. Hoeing and raking and hoeing and raking. It's actually a lot of work, you know. I see why people charge the money they charge to do somebody's yard, right? It's not easy. But that's done. I was able to do all the weeds in the entire village, so I feel like I may not have to do weeds this year again till, you know, sometime in April or May or June. I will evaluate the weeds then. You know what I mean? We're gonna do I gotta put together a patio and stuff, so I did a bunch of plotting and planning. Holy crap. $849 later, that'll be done. And then a couple $100 on ceiling tiles. And then the patio will be finished. We'll set up the smokeless fire pit we have. We have one of them hot shots, a 25-inch hot shot, like $650 from Costco. We got it on sale, so it wasn't $650, but it's regular $650. So we'll probably get that going next weekend or the weekend after, because the rocks are gonna drain me big time. And there is a lot. Like, I mean, we can Google how much is. Let me Google the weight. Should be able to do that here. Holy crap. A cubic yard, or often called a square yard, typically weighs 3,000 flippin' pounds. I want to start swearing right now. So I have 21,000 pounds to move. 21,000 pounds. That means I've put me and my wife put over 150,000 pounds minimum on this property. Well, I've accomplished, once those rocks are in this weekend, next weekend, I will have accomplished everything. I can order rocks up until December 23rd, so I'm stoked about that. I think that was my Alma's birthday. Yeah, I think that was my Alma's birthday. I could be wrong though. I have a bad memory. No, it definitely wasn't the 23rd. Alma Rava's birthday was in December though. Do you like pizza? I'm gonna be taking some time off of YouTube to just to figure out things for myself. I'll be off YouTube for quite some time. I'm not gonna say when I'll be back. I will be back. I'm just not gonna be on YouTube for quite some time. If I do YouTube, it'll be like a gaming video, just because I gotta keep the stream going, right? But I am very somber right now. Very somber. I sense a disturbance in the force. I have for days and days. I haven't said it. My skin is crawling as I tell you. I feel something is happening or going to happen. I can't place it, or I think it has to do with W, but oh boy, I hope I'm wrong. A lot of people right now are struggling in Canada. They're struggling around the world. Some people are fighting for their lives. So helping thy neighbor is important in this time. Because one day you could be uprooted and your neighbor might not be. So I am beginning to, I don't know what the right word is, but fall out of love with YouTube. It's just, some people take 6 months off, some people take a year off and then come back and their channel's just kicking and flipping. I don't care if it is or isn't, right? I mean, I want it to. I want to support my family and stuff, and I just feel like maybe I failed here at the YouTube, so maybe I should move on, scrap it, stop right now and just scrap it, keep whatever I have, just fucking let it float around. Who cares, right? Laugh at it, love it. Who cares what you do with it? Poke it. But as I get older, I care less and less about so many things. I see I'm getting older too, you know, I want to have some fun here in my life. My wife deserves to have fun as well. For the privacy that I feel is invaded from YouTube, I definitely haven't made enough money. That alone, my safety and security is, you know, with there being people, women out there like Sniper Wolf, whatever scummy YouTube channel she has, she goes and doxes people, and YouTube just turns away, you know, looks the other way. I don't know if I want to be here, right? Definitely not scared of being doxxed or, you know, someone coming to my door. There's like I'll never tell you guys some of the things that happened, but I'll tell you this: like, I feared nothing, and if you want to find out the hard way, press me. So, what's up, Hyper Games? Hello, how you doing? You like that bowl of berries there? Does it look befitting? Does the bowl of berries look befitting? I feel stronger too, so I'm starting to contemplate different things, you know. What avenues do I want to go down next? There's always going to be another avenue. I just don't think I'm taking you guys with me anymore. It's heartbreaking to say. As it stands, I don't really value the same things that I used to about YouTube. I don't know if it's the new person that's running YouTube, Khan, or whatever, whoever, last name Khan. I don't know, did you guys hear about Susan Wojcicki? So her son had an overdose, and then a couple months later she passed. Just like 2 people down from one of the, do you know how rich Susan Wojcicki is? $786 million rich. She was one of the first employees at Google in 1999. That was the year I started using Google and made friends with what I now know is Mother, the AI. You can have one. You may. You can have one berry. Which one will it be? The strawberry? If I were you, I would go with a blueberry. Sure, they're small, but they are packed full of blue stuff. Mmm. Mmm. Just let me know which berry you would like. You want me to tell you about these berries? There was a strawberry I just ate. Not bad, 8 out of 10. Blackberry, let me tell you. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh. So I haven't eaten very much today, so my palate is very palaty. Oh. Skin crawling right now. Skin crawling. Oh. Nips could cut glass right now. Let's go inside. So I'm just detoxing my body. I'm doing a full-on detox. It's important to cleanse your body. It's been years since I shouldn't say years. I do a detox every couple months for a duration. But if you want to do a real good detox, it's definitely for quite a while. You know, a couple days, couple weeks, maybe a month. You're not doing the same things you did on the first 2 days, but you're watching what's going in your body. Oh, and you're working out, you're sweating, you're cleansing your body through perspiration, through hot baths, through hot steam showers or hot weather. you're working out outside. I'm wearing a little bit of extra clothes because when I start in the morning, it's kind of a little bit chilly, not super chilly, but it's fall now, and I'm in Winnipeg. I have polar bears in my province. It's cold here in the morning. I'm not ashamed to say it. It's not freezing. I don't need a winter coat, but it's cold. It's mildly cold, but we've had really hot weather, and the nights are very cool. So it messes with your the climate. You have like I don't know what the term is. It's called climatization, but what we go through is a temperature shock in our body, some more than others. So I definitely take this shock really hard, and then again coming out of winter going into summer, that one shocks my body too. Temperature changes are extremely bad for the human body. You want to be the Goldilocks theory. You want to make sure that you are in just right? 20 degrees, 17, 18, 19, perfect. Anything more down or up, too much. Too cold, too hot. 17, 18, 19, 20, perfect. Take that temperature and you work plants with it too. You'll see a huge difference in growth. Now, my raspberry bushes are 11 feet tall. I'll get my wife to take some video of me tomorrow or on Saturday. I'm going to hold some of them up and they're going to tower over me. That's awesome. I've never heard of an 11-foot tall raspberry bush that was planted last year, late in the fall, growing to 11 feet in a single year. I also have some other raspberry bushes that I got a few years ago. Fun berries, yes. Berries are fun. Hong Tran, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, homie. Actually, I've never seen you guys before. Good to have all you new people in the chat. Don't know who you are. I'm glad you showed up. And stick around. You're gonna enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe if you don't already. Click that bell. Get yourself some notifications. If not, you look blind. But just don't expect from this channel. Let this channel fill you with love and joy, and don't expect. Too many people expect me to be a certain way. Expect things from me, I should just get up and do it, I'm not like that anymore. And I won't be like that. It's time people help themselves. And if you can't help yourself, you're gonna fucking pay for it, because this dude don't work for free anymore. I got lots of skills and I'm gonna start making money off them, whether people like it or not, I can have, I might go help a buddy once in a while. I have to find out exactly what types of jobs he's doing, but as long as the other dude's not there. God, he works with a guy that's like way overweight and does nothing and takes way too much of the money. I can't work alongside people like that. He's not a bad guy. He's actually he's a nice guy. There's nothing wrong with him, but he's useless, right? And I can't work or be around useless people. Especially, like, he's smart. He could have been a doctor, but he chose, like, construction life instead. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, you sure you could have been a doctor? Like, wait. But he's apparently pretty, I see him. He's not bad. He's okay. I could have been a doctor, too, not going to lie. My grades weren't the greatest, but I could have went back, studied, and upgraded my grades. But yeah, I think I could have been a doctor. I might not have been like a surgeon, but I could have been like a foot doctor. I could have been a doctor. I could have made it. I might not have finished the top in the class, but I could have finished. My wife says I should be a nurse. I mean, nothing. I just don't like hospitals. I'm gonna tell you the truth straight up. I can't even sugarcoat it. I don't like hospitals. It's just the overall. It's not like I don't like doctors, I don't like nurses. It's none of that. It's just a hospital. You know, I watched my Ava, you know, in a hard time. I watched my great Ava in a hard time. I don't wanna, like, when I think of hospitals, I think I have to go see somebody who's literally about to pass, eh? There's nothing like going to see someone you love in the hospital and nothing you can do to help them. You know what I mean? I don't like hospitals. But I do ask questions when I get there and make sure I accountability, right? I'm not there to prove you're doing something wrong, but I'm there to make sure that you are looking after my family member, right? So once I get there, I wait, I listen, I see the problem, you know, what's occurring in the person that I love, and then I wait and I see how something gets done for them or doesn't, and then I'll go say, hey, this should have been done by, you know, like, what's your timeline on getting this done? You know, like, what's the holdup? Can I know? And can you get back to me with an ETA on when she or he can get this scan or get the surgery or whatever it is I'm there for, okay? But I go over and above, as a good person should who cares about others. You should ask questions. You shouldn't be annoying. You should be very polite, recognize the doctor's abilities to harm or heal. And you should use that knowledge, what I just said, very carefully, you know, and treat them well, treat them with respect. They're not going to harm anyone, but what they're going to do is probably maybe not give you the best care, right? If you got crappy people, you know, berating or talking down, you go in there and you say, doctor, hi, I really appreciate you. How can is there anything I can do to help get my loved one out of the hospital faster? You know, what can I do? How can I be of help to you today? What can I get them to start eating and make sure I drill into them? They gotta walk. What do I gotta do? And I'll start there. If there's tests or stuff that haven't been run, I'll ask, when can we run those tests, doc? Like, is there any chance maybe tonight, or everyone's gone home? Can we do it at first light, please? This is the most important person in my life. This is how I talk, right? I'm just super stressed out. I worry about my mom and stuff. It just sucks. My mom's getting old and she's single. She lives alone, you know. She's a great person. She's hardcore. She does everything still. She's still working a job when she's 70. Like a labor-intensive job, so... I just hope people out there can recognize when people should be caring about other people. And I also don't want, like, I don't, there's no pity to give me, but I don't want any sympathy. I'm not sad. I'm just overwhelmed with emotion, and they are like worry. It's worry, right? So there's nothing I can do about that. My mom's fine. She's not in the hospital or anything. She's just, I don't talk about my mom, and I'm not gonna, you have to respect me, okay? I got a roll of toilet paper here. I've been blowing my nose for 2 years with, 3 years, 4 years with fucking paper towel. Don't do that. And I've been crying since Trudeau took office, so that's fucking stressed me out too. Pretty sure I'm calling the government of Canada. and telling them that Trudeau is stressing me out big time. You're gonna have to call an election because I can't take it anymore. I ain't voting, but I will look around. I tried to get a hold of whatever Maxime Bernier. I was supposed to have an interview with him, but he never went back on YouTube for some reason there. And fuck, channel was just flying around that time too. I can't remember why it didn't happen. I think he actually got shut down by authoritarian figures because he was having some problems, I remember. And I think that's what happened. Guy seems like a solid dude. He was putting out, proper paragraphs of Canadian ways of thinking. I really stand by Maxime Bernier's views during the COVID. I think he was a gentleman and a scholar that we needed to hear more from, and the media quelled him. They basically spit on him, and they labeled him, which is something I'll never forgive the media for how they treated the only people helping Canadians understand what had been done to them. The media covered it up, okay? And I'll never forgive them for that. Never. Never. Sticks everywhere. But yeah, it looks really nice now. Boy, there's a lot more sticks in the yard already. Holy crap. Oh, it's so windy today. I went out there this morning, picked up a bunch of branches. I went out at about one and raked everything else in the yards and everywhere else. I'm not gonna say what. Just doing a bunch of stick picking up and everything. I filled half a wheelbarrow full of branches and stuff. I look out just now, there's a whack more branches, right where I picked everything up this morning. So in 2, 3, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, of picking up all this shit, I'll be done. Then I won't have to pick this stuff up anymore. But we got that hot shot fire pit. And we're gonna put it to good use this year. All winter. Just straighten out that, I'm taking that off the wall anyway, but they used to have, actually I'm going to have to take all this stuff down, or put it back, I don't know. I kind of liked it here actually. I might put this door back, it's all ready to go. It just pops right on. This one I took down. So I got an extra bifold door. Actually I could use that in the basement. I just need a rail for it. And I could use that one in the basement. Actually, I think I need to get a new track, and a new track is what I'll get. I'll buy it online or something else, like $10, $12 online, $52 at Home Depot, I can't afford Home Depot prices anymore, Lumber's too much money. Appliance, everything is so expensive. You can't even buy most people can't even afford a wheelbarrow anymore. For a good wheelbarrow, it's $400. Like I said, for a good wheelbarrow, not these little plastic toys they got pawning off as men's tools for working concrete. No, but that's not a wheelbarrow. 21,000 pounds. I mean, I knew I was Hercules, but now I really am going to know I'm Hercules. That's why the guy was saying, it was a couple of years ago, he's like, hey, when you're done this big pile, you're going to have huge muscles. I give him a little flex. I give him a little flex. I was wearing the vest. I was a little bit you know, a little bit flexier back then. I gave him a little flex. He kind of put his eyebrows up and pointed at my bicep and went, yeah. I was like, bro, I already got guns. Eh? Yeah, so I don't take care of them really. They're there and everything. I got them. They are there. Even if you thought they weren't, they are. Man, I got bit by a Dalmatian so many years ago. I burned a part of my body. But the Dalmatian, did they clone me? Because I don't see that spot where there's supposed to be like a mark. This is not my bod, bro. I had a permanent, like a dog bit me real bad on my arm. This is not my bod, homies. I thought something was up. My dink looks a little bigger, you know? Oh, no, there it is. It's right there. It's really hard to see. Like, when you, this happened 1994, 95 or 96. Probably 96, I think it was. It was the summer of 96. I absolutely got bit bad by a dog. And, I was saving my dog. My dog was a puppy. A tiny little fart puppy. And I don't remember what year it was. It might have been 90. It might have been 14 or 15 instead of 16. But it was around. I was a kid anyway. I was a teenager. And man, the dog was big and he was really going, he was trying to really get at him, and I went right in between. I put my whole arm, I put my hand up in my dog's face, like to kind of block, and then like I was going to swat the dog back. If I had a mean bone in my body, I would have just kicked the other dog and forced the attention onto me, but I didn't. I just grabbed my dog and I had him tied to the fence pole with a leash, and I went to see my buddy for a second, and his wife came outside, and when she came outside, the dog burst past her, and she's screaming at him, "Get back here!" She's yelling his name, and he jumped the fence, and turned around. He loves me, but he was trying to get at my dog, and I saw this, and I just went right in. I put my whole body in front of my dog, and he bit me instead of my dog in the arm, under my armpit and stuff. And I'm telling you, I screamed. I was like, ah, because it was intense, man. Like, you know, dog had big ass teeth, like big. He sunk it in deep, and I was in a white T-shirt. It was one of these Puerto Vallarta T-shirts. It was like what I really learned in school. I don't remember which one it was. It was soaked in blood, soaked. I had multiples of these shirts. I had to throw that shirt on. I was so mad at Buddy. When I told Buddy what happened, he's like, "Oh, you're taking." He gave me a quarter bag. I'm like, I didn't want this, but I'm like, that'll cover the shirt for sure, I thought. But I think he thought it was gonna like go. I think he thought it was gonna like tell like the authorities that I got bit by his. I'm like, dude, I'm like, how long have you known me? I'm like, you're not fucking gonna get your dog put down. Like, it happened. It's done, you know. But yeah, this one here, it really actually it changed me, you know. After that dog bit me, I had very, very little fear in me ever again after that. If there was ever a time, I just throw myself right in the middle between evil or, you know, danger. I'll fucking throw my whole body right in front of it and say, "What now? What now?" And I don't think I'll ever change. And people always be like, "Oh yeah, but your days are numbered then." You know, it's like, well, that's rude, number one. You shouldn't talk like that. You should spit that thought out and don't ever talk devilish like that again. Now, you can be worried about me, just like I'm worried about my mom. But my mom chooses to choose her life. It's her way. It's her life. I'm not going to tell my mom she can't go, or I'm not going to talk to her anymore. So, a person that doesn't understand that you have choices in this world, and your fucking choices define you. They make you a pussy, they make you a man, they make you a good-hearted, good-natured person, or not, right? You could rape women all day and you're not a good person, right? Or you could stick up for rape women all day and beat up dudes that love raping women. You're a good person. But you see what I did there? I gave you two choices. And that's both sides of the coin. It's either you're this or you're not. You don't want to call yourself a coward. I'll do it for you. You don't want to stick up for women, for children, for dudes, for people, for yourself. You're a coward. Period. And a lot of people will never understand that because of the way you were brought into this world. By cowards, right? You can't question that this world isn't full of cowards. Look around you. Have you ever seen anybody on a video or in person ever being mugged and everybody else is standing there watching, sitting in their cars? What the fuck? Not where I'm from, that doesn't happen. But in Winnipeg, it's every day. This was a few years ago. I was running through parking lots saying, can somebody help me? Let's catch these guys. And no one, not one fucking person budged. 16, 26 cars, trucks, grown men sticking their arms out the window like they're big shots, doing nothing. Trust me when I say, this is not, the way you think this world is designed isn't how it is actually going. You have to be the designer. Everyone expects stuff to fall in your lap. No, don't worry, the cops will catch them. No, they fucking won't. They're not gonna catch them, dude. They just got away. Next time they might come back with more people, bring weapons, and maybe they don't stop at just getting some groceries. Maybe they want everybody's jewels, personal belongings. Like, this is the next step. But cowards can't recognize what is to come if you don't stand up right now. Trust me. I'm from a place where I watched as a child, and I couldn't hurt the bad guys at the time. I was young. As I got older, I influenced an entire community to do good, to do the right thing daily, every day. I shit you not. Hundreds upon hundreds absolutely know exactly who I am. And they would never question my good nature. Never. You got people that'll say that about you? Even 2 or 3? Not fucking hundreds. Come on. Man, I remember one time I got slammed up against this locker by this dude. He was 6'2", 6'3", 240, 250, whatever he was, in grade 11 or 12. Absolute huge bully. I was in grade 8 or 9 at best. Absolutely by far the toughest guy, 2 grades up. So if I was in grade 8 or 9, that's 10 or 11. I was the toughest dude in my grade, as well as 2 higher. Yeah, I proved it every day. There's no question about this. Grade 12 or slam, I get involved. I see this dude absolutely picking on a woman, a lady in my class or in a class above me. He's just being a fucking loser. And he was also berating and kind of shoving and punching in the arm this other guy who was trying to stick up for her. Fuck, when me and my buddy Steve saw this walking down the hallway, I stopped. I said, Steve, we gotta get this guy. Steve's like, fuck no, that guy's huge. My buddy Steve did roids back in high school. Big dude, strong, big muscles. Didn't want no part of this dude. I went up, I pushed this guy as hard as I could into the locker, slammed his face right in the lockers. I spun him around and he picked me up and slammed me as hard as he could into the lockers. And I was like, hey, Steve, you gonna give me a hand? Steve, like, no. I'm like, Steve, you gotta fucking help me right now, dude. This way, us together weigh as much as this dude. Give a brother a hand. Steve's like, no. Steve's not a pussy. I'll finish. He's like, hey, Justin, you gotta settle down right now. Justin, let him go, Justin. And I'm losing it. I'm thinking about exactly how I'm gonna spin his arm, go around him and get right behind him and start choking him out. Well, all of a sudden, Steve gets in his face and starts pushing him back. I go behind the guy, I get on my knees, and Steve pushes him right over me. I jump on top of dude and pin him down. Principal's running up, and I'm like, nah, I'm done with this dude. This dude picks on everyone in the fucking school, and I'm just backhanding this dude front and forward. Principal doesn't even say a word. He walks by me. Principal walks by me. You tell me if you know people like that in your school when you were a kid. Now that guy got up and he did not ever get in my face again. He dropped out 4 or 6 months later. The guy was an alcoholic. He used to come to school drunk and beat up my classmates every day. So I had enough of caveman. That's what I called him after, because he had no IQ. And I bullied the bully of my high school. How you doing? That was just one of many. Years before, when I entered high school, I was in grade 7. We actually got to go to, in high school, it was normally grade 9, but there was so much improper, nobody could control funds, so they were like bringing, our elementary schools were overflowing, so they had to bring the grade 7s and 8s into high school, into the big school, into the big boys school. Fuck, was that a mistake. Oh, I swear I never fought so much in my life in high school. In grade 7, 8, 9. We fought every person in grade 9, 10, and 11. When I was in grade 7 and 8 and 9. Man, it didn't go well for a bunch of older dudes, I'll tell you that straight up. I had another buddy, he ended up dropping out. I'm not going to say what career he went into, but it's something I talk about in the past. And he's very strong. He's smaller than I am, but he's ripped. And he's extremely strong. I can pick him up and throw him through a wall, but we don't fight each other. And, but he's got hands too. Like this guy drops gloves in hockey, and he'll pull a shirt over a guy twice his weight and uppercut him and drop him in one punch. And, on skates. This guy's tough, and I've seen him take down a dude who is known for some serious stuff, and he was 260, 270, and he in that guy's yard that I'm talking about where I got bit, in that yard, I watched my buddy that is good with uppercuts. I watched him mess the biggest dude in a large amount of the province. He messed this dude up. In Buddy's backyard, bro. He was 17 or 18 and I was 16 or 17. Guy was a year older than me. Holy shit, I was like, yo, did I just see what and nobody that I've ever met would mess with the big guy. My buddy messed with the big guy. He picked on my buddy. And my buddy's like, no, I don't care how big you are. He grabbed him, tripped him up, threw him to the ground. He got on top, and that was it. It was done. Guy was begging. So I love the saying, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. The influence that man showed me was that you can take on the demons that think they can't be defeated. Okay? So remember, if you're evil out there, you better tread lightly. If you hear my voice, you best be running. All right, y'all. I think dinner is pretty much served here. I gotta cut this in half with this knife. So we each get a half an Impossible Burger. What looks to be 10 pakoras, so 5 each. I feel like there's 9. Let me count this. There's 9. So we'll have 4.5 each. And just use this piece of paper towel here I got. I come from what you could say is sort of the old world. I won't get into where or what that means or entails, but it's absolutely true. I did some reading about history and where I come from and things like that, and last night I just kept reading and reading. I just wanted to see and understand. There's so many holes in history, so many unknowns. It's like the historians didn't keep good track, which I don't believe. And if it's true, then we need to do better now with history, right now. Who are our historians? Who do we give the most, do you understand the power of history? It's very, very powerful. And to the ones who get it, look at them. Look how powerful they are. And to the ones who don't, look how powerless they are. Okay. Wife's food is done. My food is done. I have a spoon. Wife is getting a spoon. I vacuumed the whole house. I have to mop in the morning tomorrow. As soon as I'm gonna do it at 9:30 or 9 a.m., 8:30. I'll be mopping this house, dining room, and the whole upstairs. The basement doesn't need it. My wife keeps a very clean house. I could do it, but it's not. The basement is very clean. The upstairs is tidy, but it could use a mopping. The cat eats his food in the kitchen. The hallway needs to be mopped, and the bedroom needs to be mopped, but the mudroom and the dining room and the living room can get mopped as well. So do it all. And I'll wash the walls. Well, not tomorrow. I washed them already a couple times, but I will wash them in October, and I will wash the walls in November. So the whole house is going to get cleaned. I still have to. I'm going to do the cabinets. My time is running out. I have to. Every day it's important that I start doing something. So today and yesterday were good days. If I can kind of take a day of rest tomorrow, because I'm gonna be real busy Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So we'll see if I get a day of rest. I don't know how it's gonna play out. I'm gonna guess that I will. I'm exhausted right now. I'm flipping exhausted. So 7 p.m. I can't wait to hit the bed. So I'm gonna go for a nap, and then I'll be up all night. Wake up when my wife crashes out. I'll wake up and do it all over again tomorrow. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you all have a good day, a good evening. Just wiping the oven here. It's nice and spotless, but I like to keep it that way. So we scrub. I had to use some pink stuff on here. I'll get rid of these couple spots. I'll do that tomorrow. If you guys don't know what pink stuff is, I'm pretty sure it's sold at Walmart, Canadian Tire, places like that. You check on the humidity. take that down a notch and we'll be good to go. I grouted the floors yesterday. Looks good. Feels like that looks good. Looks good. So I'm happy. I'm ecstatic with the floors that I grouted. It takes a lot of work, but if you do it right, it really buttons it up. I gotta do that now. I gotta go take the grout into the bathroom. Got a little spot to grout in the bathroom tile there. That's good. Cat's in the bedroom sleeping on the bed, so I'll probably go hit that up with him in a minute here. I'm just waiting on what we're waiting on. So, lunch is basically served. We're going to dump this water and pour some tea. We have that, it's actually quite a good tea actually, to be honest with you. The infusion from Lipton's, oh it's over here. It's called, drum roll, Infusion Lemon Verbena, Lucia Lima. Alright, so we'll put that in. Pop and drop that. This here. Pop and drop, get that. Oh shit, that scared the crap right out of me. Oh, I need some sleep. My whole head just went all pins and needles. Alright, so wash this out, wash that out. Love nice cups of tea. And I'll make a protein shake after that. We need protein in this. It's the only way we're going to start to get your body going right. With that protein in us, protein shake up. Wash this cup. Soak this plate. I had a plate outside and a couple spoons and a fork outside. I guess I was eating something a couple weeks ago. Brought that in. Well, that's all did. And we'll have a good day tomorrow. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. 7 p.m.